Thank you for joining us on this beautiful day here at the Parent District Center. I'm Mayor Dana Redd, and I'm pleased and proud to welcome you as we come together to learn more about the next steps our schools are taking to see that our children get the excellent education that they deserve. Let's give a round of applause for our superintendent, our board, and all of the officials that are gathered here today. As you know, these are important changes to our educational system, and is part of a holistic plan aimed at ensuring that Camden's children, youth, and families, no matter what their zip code may be, have a chance at success and the opportunity to reach their full potential. Today's announcement is about a new topic, but it represents the hallmark of past announcements and achievements that the district has made to date. First, the superintendent, Payman Rohanaford, is again taking on an issue that has negatively impacted families and students residing in our city. Second, he is taking on this issue in a collaborative way, which we all know collaborations are important to moving forward the goals and initiatives, not just of the district, but certainly of the city of Camden. And we know that this time, with this collaboration and huge coalition of public school leaders from across the city, that we will continue to achieve additional hallmarks and successes and achievements in our city of Camden. Third, at each step of the way, the community's voice has been a part of this process and has informed the improvements that we're about to announce. Over many months, the superintendent and his team have consulted with students, with families, with educators, and with residents to learn more about how this policy can best serve their needs. We're talking about enrollment today and about families' rights to access information that will help them select the best school for their children. Too often, this right has been denied our families here in Camden. They've had to navigate confusing, time-consuming, and unfair processes. But today, we are here about equity and about leveling the playing field. This equal opportunity and families having access to wherever they would like to send their children to school, be it a district school, a charter school, a Renaissance school, or other school, they deserve to be supported along the way. From a personal experience, I had the support of a caring community. And it was that opportunity that landed me in Sacred Heart and parochial school growing up in the city of Camden in the 70s. And it is an opportunity, again, access to schools and access to choice that all families should have. To speak more about what today's announcement represents, it is my privilege and honor to introduce a young lady who, again, has been a lifelong resident in the city, has really served the community and has made a number of sacrifices. She is not only a friend to our children, youth, and families in the city, but I can tell you she is a strong public advocate. She is none other than our board president, Ms. Catherine Blackshear.
Good morning. And I didn't know who she was talking about when she said young. I was like, young. Good morning, everyone. I feel like this morning has been a long time coming. It is the day that all our families can breathe a big sigh of relief, knowing that now we have a clear, fair processes for all families to find the best school for their child. For so long, finding not only a school, but the right school has been a hard task for our families. Everyone talks about the importance of having choice, but we were making it too hard and too confusing for families to make use of that choice for too long. Different schools have different deadlines, different applications, and different ways to get an application. When you are short on time and a working family, or you have other things that you need to do in your day, you don't have time to sit in front of an office and be saying, take this application, take it to Front Street, or take this application and go get this many people to sign, or the different tasks that you have to do in order to fulfill the obligations of your applications. So thanks to the superintendent and his staff, he's created a shorter, more friendlier, family-oriented application. And the first time I heard it, I was so proud of the team that put all that together, because it took time, it took collaboration, and I'd like to thank all the charter schools and the Renaissance School that assisted us with making this application process a shorter, quicker, family-oriented, and family-friendly for all of our residents in the city of Camden. And when people tell me that school choice doesn't matter or it isn't helpful for families, I think what's right, do we have to tell people that we shouldn't have access to a charter school, a Renaissance school? As a parent, you have the choice where you want to put your children. It is not on a institutional structure situation to say, oh, your kids can't go here, or your kids can't go there. As a parent, you have that choice. And that's why we chose choice. And that's why I thank God for the mayor and all of our city officials and Mr. Paymont for listening to the parents. When we did that commitment tour, the mayor, her staff, city council, advisory board members, we all stood behind. And once we found the information that you gave us, we're going to act on them. Some things is going to take us a little bit of time, but things like this here, that's good for our parents, and us not sitting back making choices for our parents and now actually giving choices to our families. Hey, this is a wonderful day. This is a wonderful day. And I know this for a fact because I too have family members that have gone through Camden school environment, and we have argued over public school, charter schools, and at that time, we didn't know anything about a Renaissance school. But we argued. I was like, I'm the board president, how you sitting here against this school or that or Urban Promises? You know, we have the same thing in our schools. But my family was like, I don't feel safe in your school. So that's the other big issue now that we have to really, really sit down and tackle. We've made some movements with security and the safeguard of our children, but it's a lot more we have to do. But today is a good, wonderful day because we have the application process down pat, and only you can give us feedback. But right now, it looks very, very good on paper, and the way that it's being structured, it looks very, very good. So, but if you have any complaints, we're going to give you a number to call. And I'm praying that you don't have any complaints, because they worked really hard, and I walked personally through the process, and it seemed like a easier process. So I'd like to thank you all for coming and support us in our endeavor to please our parents in the city of Camden. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blackshear, and thank you to the members of the Camden Board of Education. I also like to recognize in our company today, we have our Vice President, Ms. Martha Wilson, and also Board Member, Minister Wasim Muhammad. The next person that has been working with us in the city of Camden is a lifelong resident of Camden, certainly stood with me shoulder to shoulder on making the shift in our policing paradigm, which has experienced significant reductions in violent crime across the community. Aside from that, he's also worked to make sure that our park systems are vibrant and that our park systems are places in which our children and youth and families want to play, recreate, and have a great time. Please join me in welcoming our board president, our president of City Council, Council President Frank Moran.
Thank you, Mayor, and good morning to all. It's certainly an honor for me to be standing before you, and I want to recognize the district parents that are here. I want to recognize all the educators from the various schools throughout the city, our great Mayor, Dana Red, and our great Superintendent, Paymont, Madam President, and board members. It's about choice. You know, you walk into a store, And if you like this set of sneaks, you'll buy them, or if you like that set, you'll buy them. Our parents should have the same opportunities when it comes to the most important part of their children's lives, which is their education.
Thank you.
Yes. So why should we hamstring them or not provide them the services they need? So this is basically streamlining the process. If I think I'd like my son to go to Camden Academy Charter High School, in which my son graduated from, and he serves in the United States Air Force today, or my daughter who graduated from Camden Catholic High School and is a proud mommy and gave me a grandson about a few weeks ago. But listen, this is the other component of the true transformation of this city, is providing our parents with an opportunity, our children with a quality education, so that they can be successful in life. And if we don't do that, we're failing our children. And they quoted me before by saying failing our children. I don't mean failing in the sense that it's our fault. I think that we need to give them, once again, that opportunity to succeed where they feel comfortable, where they're getting a quality education, and they feel safe. Safety's number one. If you don't feel safe, you're not gonna learn. So once again, we stand as a city council of the city of Camden with our great mayor, Dana Red, with our superintendent, and truly moving forward with you all parents and all the stakeholders, because finally we're doing the right thing and Camden is coming back. So Mayor, thank you for the opportunity. Paymon, superintendent, and all, thank you for the opportunity to join you this morning.
Thank you, Council President. Our next speaker, I'd just like to introduce by touting some of the accomplishments that he's led since he landed here in 2013. When Superintendent Paymon Rahoniford joined us in Camden and became a member of the Camden Moving Forward team, I can tell you one of the first initiatives that he launched was a listening tour, and how important it is for leaders to be good listeners when you're seeking to improve the quality of lives of the residents that you serve. Not only did he listen, but he took that listening tour and listening to the voices of parents, of youth, of students, staff, and faculty, and turned that into the Camden Commitment, and identified at least 5 goals that the district would work on to improve safety, school climate, school enrollment for pre-K, which is now at 96%, and increasing the high school graduation rate from 56% to 62%. And again, yes, that deserves a round of applause. But he didn't stop there with the Camden Commitment Phase 1. He rolled out Phase 2. And again, continuing to build on the progress of this district. You know, as we move Camden forward, we are now seeing Camden rise. And it's not just rising in terms of development and planning and economic projects coming here that lead to job creation, but we see Camden rising in academic achievement. And that's what's so important and really undergirds and underpins the foundation of Camden's success, the Camden future, and that's our youth. Please welcome our superintendent, Paymon Rahoniford.
Great to be with you all today. Let me start by sharing a handful of numbers. Over 5,000 families today participate in some application process outside of the district. Approximately 500 families annually participate in the district's special transfer process, which is a very, very complicated process to transfer from one district school to another. There are 17 unique applications in the city of Camden for K-12 education that comprise 9 different monthly deadlines. Think about that, 17 different applications to find a school in Camden that have 9 unique monthly deadlines. That is a really complicated system. And some families know how to navigate the system, most do not. So today is about breaking down those barriers. Today is about just making life easier for our families. And I appreciate that the mayor referenced the listening tour, because one of my earliest memories was standing outside of one of our schools on the first week of school and seeing dozens of parents locked outside of the building. And I say locked because they weren't really sure where they were supposed to be. I was with you, Ms. Wilson, as I see you nodding your head. And they didn't know how to register their child. And the school itself was dealing with the first week of school stuff, trying to get kids in classrooms, and they didn't know how to assist the families. And so that for me, represented an immediate challenge. And so the second point I want to make is that our initial instinct was, we need to fix this now. Let's sprint to the finish line and build this process now. And then we were like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is really complicated. We need partners. We need to figure out what families have to say about it. And so as a result, we've spent well over a year in dialogue with our partners, with families, to build a system that makes sense for everybody. Now, obviously, you can't please every last person, but I do believe we're at a place now where we've taken into account many, many unique perspectives. And one I'll mention is that we have neighborhood preferences, and that's very, very unique to Camden. It's something we heard loud and clear, especially for K-8. We need neighborhood preferences here. We have sibling preference built into our system. It's really important, again, thinking about neighborhood preferences and just overall public safety, siblings walking with one another to school. And we've addressed transportation hurdles. We're not there yet, but we've made some significant changes to ensure that we provide proper transportation. Lastly, I really want to thank our charter and Renaissance school partners, because they are taking a leap of faith with us. And understandably, each of our charter and Renaissance school partners, they have certain, if you will, parochial interests in that they have their families and they have their board and they have, you know, their unique kind of family that they're addressing internally. But in this instance, and I think in many other respects, this is a new day in Camden where they are thinking about the greater good of Camden. And I want to just really recognize that. And I want to share you a quick story. I was with Dr. Conway, Camden Charter Network, and he asked us to attend his family orientation drive where they talk about the enrollment process. And historically, they've done this enrollment process in October. And so hundreds and hundreds of families, parents in one room, and they're being told that this is now being changed. It's been the same way for 17, 18 years, and they're actually not going to go through the process until January, and they're not even going to know what school they're matched to until later in the spring. And I helped them share that news, and they were really upset. These families were really upset because that's not what they're accustomed to. But we communicated to them the importance that everyone in the city will be on the same timeline, and it was a really helpful reminder of me of just the leap of faith that each of our partners is going through, how this is really complicated for each of them, but that the end outcome will benefit all families in Camden. So thank you all so much, and I now have the opportunity of introducing Ms. Robin Ruiz.
Thank you, Superintendent. Thank you, Mayor Red, Board President Blackshear, and fellow educators for joining us here today. Families in Camden want the best for their children. As a school leader, I see firsthand how hard it is and how hard some of them struggle to get their child into a quality seat here in the city. Often, they find themselves without the information or resources to get their child in that quality public school. Because of lack of information out there, transportation challenges, different application deadlines as we've spoken about, the process is too hard and unfair. I think about a family I met this summer. They were recently homeless and living in a shelter. The father literally took to the streets with his two twin 8-year-old girls, looking for a public school in the city. Through word of mouth, they learned about Hope, and they showed up at our door, where our enrollment coordinator helped them, enrolled them in our school, and I have to say they are thriving and doing well. They are two happy little girls who are making academic challenges, meeting friends, and feeling safe in the nurtured environment of Hope. And when I see this, I know that there are families out there that aren't as lucky as that did not have that opportunity, were not walking around and found that person who shared through word of mouth where to go. Well, today, I'm happy to report that things like that are going to change. Camden Enrollment will provide a system for them that is fair and equal. It's one application, one timeline, clear information about different public schools and their options within the city. It'll allow parents to feel empowered and make their decisions and get their kids in the school that they want to. I'm proud to have joined the partnership here. I worked with district leaders, charter leaders, and Renaissance leaders. And what mattered to all of us is building a quality system. And I think this is the first time in the history of the city that all of us have sat down together and worked. And we started working this summer, and we made a commitment to a couple-hour meetings every 2 weeks. And we honored those commitments, and we had great dialogue, and I really enjoyed the conversations that I had with the people behind me and the people I see in the audience. And all of us want quality opportunities for our children, and we want to make it fair. So, whether it's a district school, whether it's Hope, Renaissance School, or another charter school, the seats are out there. We're going to level the playing field and let all parents know the process. Through this partnership, more kids will have access to quality seats, educators that will nurture them, build a strong academic foundation, and help them reach their dreams. Today's announcement means for the first time that all the public schools, district, Renaissance, and charter, are working together to serve all the families in Camden. As a mother and educator, I am confident that this will level the playing field and help families. And Superintendent, I have to say that I'm proud to have joined this group and taking a leap of faith. I don't know where. Yeah. And taking this leap of faith with you. And I think I speak for others on the committee who enjoyed the process also. And we are happy with the end result. And we hope that it serves Camden families. Thank you. We're about to play an enrollment video.
Every parent wants the same thing.
The chance for their children to attend a great school.
One that's safe, supportive, and sets every child up for success.
Today, Camden's public schools are on the rise.
But too many parents still face barriers when finding the right schools for their child.
There are 17 different applications,
With many deadlines that stretch over 8 months.
It's been too easy for families to miss their chance to get into great school.
Applying to charter schools and district magnet schools has been complicated.
And with no one place to get the information on all the school options in Camden,
parents were lucky if they found the right school for their child.
Parents had to travel back and forth to many schools, completing lots and lots of paperwork.
And going through lots of red tape.
There's been no family-friendly way for parents to find the school that will
keep their kids safe,
challenge them academically,
and allow their families to stay together.
Until now.
Get to know Camden Enrollment.
With one application for most all public schools in Camden.
Camden Enrollment has
one application,
one deadline,
one school guide,
And one website
that families can use to apply to up to 10 high-quality schools.
applications open January 5th, 2016.
So if you're looking for the best school for your child,
start exploring what opportunities Camden Enrollment can offer your family.
you can go online,
Give us a call.
Or visit the child's school.
Working together.
Working together.
We can give every child a choice to attend a great school.
Call 856-536-3999.
Great job. How awesome is that? We want to thank Principal Ruiz for speaking and expressing her hope for the city of Camden and its youth, and certainly the wonderful video that will be broadcast on Channel 19 and in other areas. Now it is my honor to introduce a young voice from the district, a young leader who is up and coming, Mr. Malik Streeter, who is a Med East student, class of 2016.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome, and thank you. I just want to thank Mayor Red and Superintendent Rahanafar for having me up here today. I've lived in Camden all of my life, and a lot of the things I've seen have not been what I wanted to see, and a lot of the things that I've experienced I shouldn't have. And I'm a senior at Med East High School, and during my 4 years at Med East High School, it's been literally a roller coaster up and down. I've been through a lot with my family, things that I never thought I'd go through, I had to experience early on, so it's difficult for me. But with the help of Medis, they helped me see success, and I am now working on going to college and doing what I have to do. A lot of stuff that I've learned in Medis has to do with me getting out and being an adult. A lot of skills that I've learned, I'm helping myself to use, like perseverance, positivity, being hardworking, setting goals. And a lot of people that I live around or hang around aren't given this chance. And a lot of the reasons is because of the not having, the common enrollment and being scared to actually set goals and do and be able to achieve them. And I was given that chance to change and be something different. And that chance came to me when Mr. Jenkins, my principal, came to my school in my 8th grade year. And I was kind of a goofball, a little immature. And he came in, and something just the way he, approached me and his attire, and just literally seeing a man for the first time helped me understand where he was coming from, and it helped me listen. And while he gave us his lesson of what Medis acquired, I grew on to him and I started to understand what he was saying. And I never had a male role model in my life, so it was kind of weird, but I actually understood what he was saying, and I understood how his school ran. So I decided to put an application in. And out of the luck of Mr. Jenkins, he guaranteed me a slot into Med-East because I was the most determined and I asked the most questions when he came in. So it was kind of like a one situation for me because I didn't want to go to Camden High. I didn't want to go to Wilson. I wanted to go to Penn Tech at first, but then as, I learned more about big picture learning schools and Med-East and, going on internships, I became more interested in Med-East myself. And when I first went there, of course, it takes time to get better and be better. I was still a little goofball and, acting up. And Mr. Jenkins told me, where will I get if I act like this? Well, do I ever think I will get to college? Do I think I'll be successful if all I did was act like a buffoon? And I thought about it myself. Because I'm a thinker, I like to think, so I thought about it myself, and I understood what he was saying. And for the past 3 years after my 9th grade year, I have been improving behaviorally and academically. I've been working hard. And not only that, I feel good for myself because I make my family proud. My sister looks up to me. Even my older sisters look up to me, so it made me proud as a person to know that I have people who support me and really want me to do well. And that's why I really believe that this common enrollment will have a lot of parents happy and proud of their child. Not only my mom can be proud, but every other parent can be proud, and every child should be able to be exposed to different things. And Med-East definitely exposed me to different things. I seen things that I never would have seen if I didn't get into Med-East. So I definitely am proud that I'm in Med-East. I give credit to Med-East because they have changed me personally and academically. I read books now. I don't even watch movies. I read books. I look forward to working. So I definitely want to give credit to Med-East. I want to give credit to Miss Dana Red and the Superintendent Rahanafar because they are making an impact in Camden and they are changing Camden. And I'm so proud to have them here working with us. I look forward to any other decisions that they make, and I will full-heartedly support them.
We are so proud of Mr. Streeter. Let's give him another round of applause. He is a Met East scholar, and I can tell you that you've done a phenomenal job presenting yourself and presenting your heart and why this common enrollment program is so important, not just to Mr. Streeter, but to all of the Camden families with youth here looking to improve their life and to get a great education. So thank you. You represent us well. We honor you today. Now we would like to take this opportunity to transition from our formal press conference to the next room, where we'll have an interactive portion and with the computer and the system, which showcases families and the members of the media where they can access the website. And we're going to ask if our parents can head to the trailer next door, then followed by members of the media, and then followed by the district team members who will be there to talk you through the website. The superintendent, council president, and I and Ms. Blackshear will also greet the guests and the media for any questions that you may have. Thank you for joining us today, and let's continue to collaborate to move Camden forward. God bless you.